Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I was gonna make a short video going through some stats because people have been asking me what you should think about when you're playing a warrior and what stats to look out for. So let's get right to it. So when it comes to a weapon, you have to make sure that you have enough strength to wield it, because most warriors, they're playing Giant's Blood, and that triples the attribute you need for your weapon. As you can see on this one, I only need 142 strength times 3. I mean, that's not too bad. But for a weapon like this is arguably a lot better weapon, because it has attack speed, it has physical damage, and it has higher PDPS. But I can't actually use it. The only way I could use this weapon is if I actually socket a soul core. Either this one. This one makes 20% of the strength requirement become dex requirement instead, so this would be possible. Or it has to have reduced attribute requirement. And because this weapon does not have it, it's kind of bricked for most builds, because as you can see, if you triple this attribute, it's over 600 strength. And you can see my warrior, it has 418, and I'm basically strength stacking on all my gear. So it's almost impossible. So what you should think about on the weapon is low strength requirement and then just high physical damage. Also for warriors, attack speed is super important because it's such a slow class. So if you can get an attack speed suffix here and a strength suffix, that's perfect for a weapon. When it comes to helmet, I'm currently running Thrill Steel because, as I said, warriors are super slow. You wanna increase the speed as much as possible, and Onslaught is pretty good for that. I mean, it gives you 20% skill speed and movement speed, so it's really nice. If you don't want to run this helmet and you want to run a rare helmet, you have to think about getting a lot of life, 100 plus at least. You should get some armor on the prefix, and then suffixes, you just fill it up with resistance, what you need. If you want, you can run rarity. I mean, most people are running rarity, but I don't like it because, I mean, it's just not for me. I don't think it's a good stat. I just don't like the mechanic. So yeah, that's the rare helmet you can replace this one with if you want. When it comes to amulet here, again, I try to get strength on all my pieces and life, and particularly on the amulet and the chest, I want spirit because I'm kind of capped right now, as you can see. I'm running Time of Need, I'm running Herald of Ash, and then attrition. Most people are not running attrition, but this buff is OP. The longer you stay in a fight, the more damage you do, up to 57%, and you get Calling Strike. So this skill is broken if you can fit it in, but it's a lot of dex and it takes 60 spirit. So if you don't have spirit on your amulet, you can drop attrition and just run Herald of Ash and Time of Need. But if you can get it, I mean, it's worth it because it's super strong. And some other stats on the amulet, you want life, like I said, accuracy. I mean, you should try to cap accuracy, that's super important too. I mean, you can check it here if you don't know how to do it. Basically go into any skill you want to look at, let's say Stampede here. And then you go to here, hit chance. Estimated main hand chance to hit. Make sure this is 100%. If it's not 100%, you're gonna lose a lot of DPS. So, and you get that by getting accuracy and dex. When it comes to a shield here, there's a few important stats. You want increased block chance, because as a warrior, you can actually almost get capped block. As you can see, I'm 71 block here. Cap is 75. And I'm only running these 3 block nodes and these 2. So 5 block nodes plus a high block shield almost caps you on block. And this is a huge benefit in maps, because if you're not running a shield with high block, you're dying constantly, especially in tier 15s. Like, you're constantly dying. So that's the number one thing. Number 2 thing on a shield, of course you want high life, but you want additional physical damage reduction, okay? Because PDR in this game is broken. Like, it's actually broken. It's so difficult to get PDR in Path of Exile 2. So any amount you can get is so OP, and it's gonna keep you alive. Like I said, also strength on every piece of gear, super important if you're a warrior and want to run Giant's Blood. The reason I'm running this shield with only 5% PDR is because I corrupted it and I got 23 increased block chance. As you can see, this shield is 49% block chance now. I mean, this is kind of broken. I can show you another shield I have here. This one is also corrupted, but it doesn't have the implicit block chance, so it has a bit lower. But it has 8 PDR. I mean, everything else on this shield is better than this one. But the block chance is just too broken to give up. You see? I mean, I lose so much block chance even though it's like 37%. So if you guys can get a super high block chance shield, it's really worth using. When it comes to rings, I mean, these are pretty bad, right? I'm running Rarity Ring here because I can afford it. It's just... the thing you should think about is just high life, resistance, and if you can fit it in, put on some Rarity. You can also run increased physical damage to attacks, or adds physical damage to attacks. That's gonna increase your DPS a lot, especially if you're playing bleed like I'm doing. The other ring here, I'm playing an unset ring. The reason I'm playing an unset ring is because I'm full on my skills here. And the only way I can use attrition is if I get an additional skill slot with the unset ring. Again, strength and resist and life, that's what you need. Like, there's nothing else really when it comes to rings. Other than like, yeah, added physical damage. Boots, I'm running Beetle Bite here. Beetle Bite is kind of OP if you're running bleed, because it guarantees aggravated bleeding on enemies. And aggravated bleeding makes it so that your bleeding deals double damage to enemies. I mean, it's completely broken. If you're not running Beetle Bite, you just pick up aggravated bleeding like here, here. You have some aggravated here also. And if you want rare boots, because you're running Rarity or for whatever reason, the number one thing to think about is get high movement speed. Like, if you don't have high movement speed in this game, I mean, you're screwing yourself over. I'm gonna show you what I was running before. I was running this one because I'm trying to not trade, right? So I was just finding my own gear. And let me tell you, if you run 15% movement speed like this, you're basically bricking your whole build. It's so slow, it's so bad. So think about that when you're getting boots, if you're not running these unique boots here. So what you want is high movement speed, at least, I mean, I would say at least 25, maybe even 30. Then you want strength, you want life, you want resistance, and if you can fit it in, you want Rarity. Again, Rarity is not mandatory, but it's a good option to have, like, if you don't need any of the other stats. Like you see here, my lightning is pretty high. I mean, I could like lose 50 lightning res and just get Rarity. But like I said, I don't really care for the stats, so I'm not thinking about it. When it comes to a belt here, this belt is garbage, okay? This belt is really bad. Really, really bad. But it has all the stats it needs to have. It has life, it has armor, it has strength, and it has resist. So that's basically all you need for a belt. You could get like some charm slots here, but I feel like charms are not that good, you know? You can run a gold charm, that's what I'm running right now, just to get some extra rarity. I think you can stack gold charms also. I'm pretty sure you can stack them. So if you get a charm belt, like with some extra slots, you can run 3 gold charms. Again, that's like a rarity thing, and I'm not really focused on it. When it comes to chest here, again, my chest is pretty bad because I'm doing basically solo self-found gearing here. If you're running 3 buffs like I am, auras, you want spirit, so you can cap out your spirit, right? If you're not running 3 auras, you do not want spirit, you want to stack armor. You can get a chest with 1k plus armor plus life, that should be your priority. After that, you want resistance. If you already have capped resistance, you want strength after that. And if you don't need strength, after that you want life regen. High life regen is crazy in maps. It's so good. So that's super important when it comes to a chest. Also, you can like, when it comes to sockets, right? I mean, I can show you, I have some here. Yeah. You can either socket rarity, okay? Or you can socket life if you don't need resistance. Both of these, I mean, they're a bit expensive, I think, right now. I don't really know because I don't buy and sell, like I said. But these are broken also, like... so try to get these. They're pretty common if you do the Trial of Chaos. So they're not too bad to get. And lastly, when it comes to gloves, okay, these gloves, I'm gonna replace them soon. But what you want for gloves is high life, like always. You want strength. And you want attack speed. Attack speed is super important. I cannot really replace these gloves right now because you can see my resistance are kind of brick. I need to get a better belt to replace my lightning resist, etc. So, but later I'm gonna replace them with attack speed and plus melee skills. Plus melee skills is so broken. You can also get it on your weapon on the suffix actually. So suffixes on a weapon, I mean, if you want to be optimal, right? You want lower attribute, you want attack speed, you want plus melee skills. And then prefixes, you just want physical damage. That's what you want, right? So, if you can get attack speed plus melee skills, plus life, plus strength, I mean, that's some crazy gloves. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it for the gear, right? It's not that complicated. You just want res, strength, life, armor. When it comes to shield, you want block, you want physical damage reduction. If you can fit it in, you want some rarity. You want spirit if you're gonna run extra aura. You want the unset ring so you can fit it in. And then weapon. Basically, what I just told you. And if you can't really fit in the attribute here in the weapon, you can socket this also. I mean, you split the attribute to dex a bit. It might help. I mean, it's a good idea. Some people are running it. I don't really need to. Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I stream a lot on Twitch. If you guys want to watch, I'm gonna put it in the description. So yeah, see you next time. Peace.